Okay, did you see Andrew's new appearance on Piers Morgan?
When he beat him at chess in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
I saw that.
And he said like he was a national champion or something.
I mean, Lorgan?
Lorgan. Well, he's starting to warm up a little bit. He was a little bit bot-minded, but he's doing better. They're debating about if he's a misogynist, which I think is very interesting. W Sneako, I pulled up a lot of great videos for you to react to. Maybe this one can make it on. Chat, let's relax on the faggotry. No more waggots. Let's keep it clean. This could be a fresh and fit clips video.
It's all good, man. Fuck it.
But it's an entertainment reaction. It could do well.
All right. Let's see.
But don't hold back. That's the whole point of Rumble. Yeah, that's the whole point.
It won't make it then.
Yeah, well, yeah. Fuck.
It's all good, bro. We're here for you. We're not here for me.
Well, I need to still have some presence in bot world so that I can keep growing. Like, of course, I exist on TikTok a little bit, but they
keep axing you?
Huh?
They keep axing you on TikTok?
Yeah, a lot of people, these people in the chat know it too. They clip up a lot of my stuff and then it gets taken down for hate speech. There was a guy yesterday who was live streaming my Rumble stream on TikTok, and I'm fine with that. And that got taken down for hate speech. YouTube Shorts, I've seen videos where YouTube Shorts are getting, like, my videos don't load if it has my name in the title. Even Myron had to do that. I was on an After Hours and he put me as random dude in the title because putting Sneako in the title can get you demonetized. Yep. So they're making it very difficult for me to exist in bot world. But let's try. Anyway,
let's try.
And this is Andrew's on Piers Morgan again. Andrew Tate is a misogynist and they debate if he hates women.
Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Controversial influencer Andrew Tate's uncensored return last night. It's been viewed over 1 million times so far on YouTube alone. His fans call him a misunderstood maestro of masculinity. His critics say he's a malignant, malicious misogynist. I think he's probably somewhere between the two, but last night, once again, he divided opinion.
I do mean what I say. If I were to see a girl on a private plane on Instagram, for example, I would assume that a man put her on that private plane. I would not assume she bought it herself.
What if it was...
Perhaps that makes me misogynistic.
What about the Afghan women?
Pause.
It's nothing to do with...
That's not misogynistic. It's realistic. Women don't pay for private jets, bro. Like, Pierce, like, you gotta live in reality.
We all know this.
Here's a problem when you have these old guys that are fucking married. They don't live in the current dating marketplace.
And then they get mad at single guys for complaining
for knowing how the game really works.
But just talking about the problems that come with it. Even like Andrew Schultz, for example, I'm going to call him out. He keeps having a lot of these people on his podcast that are like, oh, the manosphere, right? As soon as he gets married, he's monogamous. He starts like completely overlooking how fucked up the dating world is. Just because you made it out and now you're monogamous and you have a marriage doesn't mean that there's very clear problems. Single guys are all talking about this.
You know what's
women
funny?
are absolutely delusional. Just because you're outside of it doesn't mean that the problem doesn't exist.
You know what's funny? They tried so hard to try to get us an apology. And the two guys that criticized us, Akash was a virgin before he got married with one girl. Fucking Andrew gets married to a chick and says, oh, well, it's not all like that. Just because y'all are simping on your girls right now does not change the fact that the dating marketplace has changed significantly. Both of you guys have been in a long-term relationship for a long period of time. If you've been out the dating game for 2 years, it's changed.
You don't know.
Let alone how long these fucking guys have been in a relationship. Yeah. So Piers Morgan's been married. He got married in an era where social media and dating apps weren't a fucking thing. If a girl's on a private jet in 2022, I bet my left testicle she did not pay for that. Women don't pay for bottles. They don't pay for private jets. They don't pay for fucking Lambos, Piers Morgan. Live in fucking reality, bro.
Piers, when you got married, you could still beat women. That's how much it's changed. You could still slap your wife back then.
That's how different it is now.
The game is fucked up.
Like if Andrew says something that is objectively fucking true, if a girl is on a private jet, a man probably paid for that. That is a fact. That is damn near a fact. The 1% of girls that pay for private jets, bro, statistically insignificant. And fucking
with me on any level.
You don't have a view?
I have a view. My view is that people naturally gravitate towards law and order, and if you didn't have the Taliban, you'd have different warlords operating in lawlessness, and there would be no way to prevent your store or your market stall getting completely robbed by someone with an AK-47, and people are going to gravitate towards a form of law and order. America left. They left a power vacuum, and the power vacuum is now full.
What about their treatment of women? I mean, only tonight they have banned any women from going to university.
Fantastic. Let's get the feminists to go and teach them a lesson. The feminists are so tough, and they stand up and say they can do anything a man can do. Let's arm them up and send them to Afghanistan. I'm sure they'll fix it.
Why can't you just say on that, you know what, it's completely wrong?
Because it's not my point. It's, I don't understand.
Feminism only exists because there's men willing to defend it.
understand.
But it makes me think. It'll make your critics think that you don't think it's wrong.
They could ban all men. They could ban all short people.
But they're not. They're only banning women.
Correct. They could ban all short people. They could ban all people with long hair. And none of it's anything to do with me. So they can do whatever they want. I'm not going to go to war with the Taliban.
Do you think you're a misogynist?
Absolutely not. I'm not a misogynist on any level. This is one of those buzzwords they just throw at people randomly. Homophobic, racist,
It's completely losing its value, or its like this fat video. They said like fat phobia is based in misogyny and racism and blah 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 and transphobia. No one cares anymore. When they wrote that article about me, my family got upset. Of course, they wrote an article saying racist YouTuber joins Kanye West campaign. I thought that was kind of cool. No one actually in real life has ever called me racist. Nobody thinks I'm racist. The woke hive mind uses these words so much they completely lost their meaning. And now
the crazy part
you just need to accept it. If they call you transphobic, okay, I'm fat phobic. Okay.
You're Asian and black. And they called you racist.
A white guy, a pasty white guy.
Imagine if you're a white dude, bro.
Bro, you know who's calling me racist? These people. These. I have them on deck. The 10 fucking... I want this to go on YouTube. The 10 faggots who made documentaries about me, calling me racist, all saying the same guy.
And they all look the same, too.
And they look exactly the same. Every single one of them.
Between these guys. None of them are in shape. Glasses, poor vision. Fucking
pasty, they don't go outside.
Strange hair, unkempt, disheveled.
No jawline. Just
no jawline.
Gamer looking.
Guys, these are the dudes. These are the guys that are attacking masculinity. These fucking losers.
And I didn't select this because they looked alike. These are just the people, the 10 YouTubers and streamers that have all extensively talked about me, made hit piece videos about me, and a lot of them have also criticized Fresh and Fit. Most of the people on this list, I think every single one here has the same opinion about Fresh and Fit. So why is that?
And here's the problem. Here's the other thing too. I'd be happy to debate any of these ass clowns on this thing. Lasan Abi ran.
Are you guys vaccinated?
Penguin, that fucking loser up top.
Critical faggot.
He made a video saying, oh, this is a lie. You hooked up with girls and you met an NBA player. We brought the NBA player, called him on the fucking show.
And he completely avoids that point. Guys like Most Critical.
I can debate any of these fucking morons.
Most Critical, he avoids that point. I responded to that. He made it. That's how I heard about Fresh and Fit for the first time, was his reaction to Fresh talking about a story with an NBA player. And he copes now. I made a reaction to it. He completely avoided it. He called me a pedophile. He called me a cuck, talked about the swinger party. But he's coping with the fact that you just don't understand what dating is like because you sit inside all day. You're pacey and you game for 13 hours a day. You don't know what girls are like. You don't know what hypergamy is like. So stay inside and talk about video games and do reaction videos and add no value. Just complain, do drama shit, and don't change anybody's life. See, I watched a lot of these guys. I was talking about this at the beginning of my stream. The first thing I heard when I walked outside today getting breakfast, some guy was sweaty. He was a little bit overweight, but he was sweaty. He's like, yo, bro, you inspired me to get into the gym. I lost 50 pounds. Thank you. None of these fucking people over here have ever had that reaction. All they do is provide mindless entertainment. So keep on coping and making these reaction videos, making these documentaries about me and about Myron, but just avoid the fact that you do not speak the truth. You do not uplift anybody, and you're not helping anybody with your content. It's mindless bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what they do is criticize other creators. Because I'll tell you this, none of us came for them first. They all attacked us first, guys. We never made anything about them. They all came at us first with stupid hit pieces, stupid comments, toxic masculinity, fake alpha males, whatever it may be.
I didn't hear about any of them. The only one I did hear about was Ethan Decline.
Fucking clowns.
I knew Ethan Decline, the bottom right before, because I used to be a fan back in the day. He used to be awake. He used to be red pilled, and then he sold out to the woke mob. Every single other one of these pasty bagel looking soy boys, I just first heard about when they said YouTube should ban Sneako. Lasanabi, this dude was part of the reason I started streaming. I was doing these well-crafted videos, like these documentary type videos, and then he's like, dude, literally, dude, this guy's an incel. I don't like this. And he had 40,000 live viewers. I'm like, bro, I could do this. This is easy. I started streaming groups and then they had to ban me. But all these people, they I don't know, they obsessively watch. They feel the need to bring down people who are actually helping out men.
And here's the thing. We gave H3 a chance to debate me and Andrew in person. Hassan and fucking Ethan Klein, and they ran away from it. So these guys don't want to talk top ideas or topics or whatever it may be. These guys just want to sit there. And it's hilarious too, because when you look at them, they all look extremely simple.
And none of them will address that point. I say this on so many streams. Address that. And you're watching this. You know you're watching this. Someone sent it to your Discord server. Someone's DMing you. Explain why you all look exactly the same. If you're doing deep dives into this content, address that one very glaringly obvious point.
Guarantee you all of them have low T as well. Guarantee.
Misogynistic, throw it out at people.
Well, joining me now is Talk TV contributor Esther Krakow and a trembling broadcaster and journalist Jenny Kleeman, visibly recoiling in horror. Let's start with you, Jenny. He's not your idea of a role model.
Well, no, he's not. I see him as a symptom of a problem rather than a solution to it.
Okay, but women should just not talk about male issues. Just go back to your
This is what I'm telling you.
feminist-
Like, you guys think I'm kidding around when I say women should not be in male spaces. They have zero fucking clue or concept on this. I already know what this feminist bot is about to say.
I can understand.
What's the problem that he's the symptom
The
for?
problem is that I think a lot of young men feel that nobody is speaking up for them. In a culture where we are encouraged to have identity politics, the only identity that isn't a good identity is a young man or a young white male. He talks in a very straight way and he gives straight answers to some questions, which I think he gives very wrong answers to. But I find him repellent. I think he talks about... He basically creates straw men that he destroys. So he will depict feminism as a particular kind of thing, a kind of man-hating thing, which it isn't.
Well, it is for some feminists.
For a small number of feminists.
I mean, there are some radical feminists who genuinely hate
There definitely are. There definitely are. But most people know that feminism is about just thinking that everyone should have equal opportunities regardless of...
And they do. There's no opportunities that women don't have that men have in the West. There's not one.
Women have more opportunities. I would argue women have more rights and privileges and opportunities than men do. So, but here's the thing, for feminism to exist, they need to continue to perpetuate that they're victims.
Yep.
Feminism cannot exist unless there is someone oppressing them.
Right.
Even though they're not oppressed at all.
It's just like racism too. The idea of racism stays alive the more that minorities think that
Yes!
they're victims.
I've said this before. Black people perpetuate racism more than anybody else. That's the cold hard truth.
Because people like being victims. It takes away any accountability from your actions of your life. If you're same, that's why fat people use it. That's why fat people are saying I'm fat phobic, blah blah blah. Because you don't want to go to the gym, so you make up all these reasons about the system holding you back. It's not. Just...
I don't let racism bother me, guys. I have every excuse in the book. I'm Muslim. My parents are from Sudan. I can be considered African American. I can also be considered Arab.
You are African American.
I am. But black people don't consider me African American. They don't. They consider me a fucking whatever. They're idiots. But the point I'm trying to make is, I literally tick off every single minority that should be oppressed in the United States, but I refuse to accept that is a fucking excuse.
It's a mindset.
I will make shit happen regardless of what the fuck happens.
The same thing could apply to depression. The more that you think that you're oppressed because you have a chemical imbalance, the more you're not going to improve your life, and you're going to make every excuse about your mental health. It's the same thing.
After 9/11, my family was treated poorly. I was profiled for being black. I walk into a store, they think I'm going to steal. I've experienced a lot of the same negative consequences that African Americans deal with. The difference is I refuse to let that shit be my excuse for being a fucking loser. I overcame everything, became a special agent of Homeland Security, broke all the stereotypes, actually investigated terrorism, made money, became successful, hit the gym. I refuse to lose. But the problem is that a lot of fucking people will sit there and be pussies, like, oh, I'm not where I want to be because of the system. I'm not where I want to be because of racism. I'm not where I want to be because of fat phobia. Fuck out of here, man. Bunch of pussy faggots out here nowadays that are soft.
Oleg says, W domestic violence. Myron, we need you on Rumble, man. He's on Rumble. Fresh and Fit's on Rumble. And bro,
subscribe, guys. Fresh and Fit on Rumble. We are on Rumble, guys.
Rumble.com/Fresh and Fit. Oleg, L domestic violence. Don't make the bots. If you go and do some shit and the cops are like seeing that I'm in your history, I don't want to get blamed for it. Okay?
Guys, don't hit women, bro.
I don't endorse that.
Don't hit women. Don't do it.
Please, I'm not getting a case because of your dumbass, bro. Don't
fucking do it, guys.
And we know from Afghanistan, and these heartbreaking scenes today in Afghanistan of weeping.
Someone said, Assalamu alaikum, Myron. I didn't know you're Muslim. Have you prayed today?
No, I didn't.
He's a haram Muslim.
I am a haram Muslim. I gotta fix that.
Female students who couldn't go to university, and men actually in Afghanistan then going out in protest for them. I mean, really heart-rending scenes, Esther, here of these young women in Afghanistan weeping because they've been told they cannot now continue their education. And then you've got male students walking out in protest. Very brave thing to do. A bit like we saw in Iran with the men protesting in support of the women being oppressed there. This is where he slightly lost me last night, Andrew Tate. There are a lot of things he says which I understand why young men, you feel a bit lost.
Chad, WRL, I think women should be able to go to school. Like, I know they're going to call me a sellout in the chat, a lot of the people, but what do you think about the Taliban refusing education for women?
Let them go to school, man. Let them make their own money and become the cat women that they are here in the United States.
So it's good? Taliban?
It's like a bro. Now, I think women should go to school, of course. Like, what the
They
fuck?
should be able to.
Yeah, I think they should have the opportunity. They should have all the same opportunities. The problem is that a lot of y'all fucking simp for women. That's the problem. Here's the thing with simping. Guys give women all the equality and the privileges, right, that of equality, but you guys simultaneously still give them all the benefits of being a lady without them earning it. That's the problem. Give them the equality. I'm for that.
Confident.
But if you guys are going to sit here and simp on them, which inherently makes it where it's sexist because you're treating them differently because they're a woman, that's where you guys fuck up. Because they're getting the benefits of equality while still being treated like a lady. You simps are fucking it up.
He's very good at building business. He's proven it. He's made himself extremely rich doing it. A lot of what he says about masculinity and stuff, I completely would sign up to, actually.
Yeah.
And his confidence can help people. But when he was not prepared to condemn
These
the
10th century
Taliban
barbarians.
for that,
Yeah.
because that to me is an open and shut case. If you don't condemn it, then I'm afraid you've got a problem. And it's not about sending feminists in to go to war.
It's ridiculous.
As I pointed out to him.
Which I actually do think is a valid point.
Well,
Here's the thing, pause. The reason why he doesn't want to condemn it is because you can't tell people how to run their fucking culture. The problem with the West is that we sit here and try to tell people how to run their culture.
Live. Because
Just
we
like
think that
Qatar.
we're the world's police for some
Yeah.
reason. Like we always need to infiltrate everything.
Like
Let
Qatar,
them-
for example, right? Like people want to go ahead and get mad at Qatar because they
gay
don't
pride
want
flags.
gay flags and rainbow flags or
the shit
whatever.
out of
They
there.
want to sit here and virtue
their
signal all this
culture.
other fucking bullshit. Bro, other parts of the world live the way that they fucking do. It's not our business to come in there and tell them how to be and how to morally police them. It's not our business. That's what Andrew's saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not up to him to condemn a group. He has nothing to do with them.
it's fine, but a lot of women do actually fight in the armed forces.
Yeah,
So
I think-
the idea that
I
none of
think
them do is also nonsense.
I think he was using that to kind of attack the more extreme forms of feminism that says, women can do anything a man can do. And he was using that as an example.
Yeah.
But I do think, you lose people when you refuse to outright condemn sort of 10th century barbarians like this. But I don't think, when he said it has nothing to do with him, I think he's not willing to get into dicey territory in that way. But it's like you speak in such absolute terms. Why
Do you think
not?
he's a misogynist?
I don't think he's a misogynist. No, I don't think so.
I mean, a misogynist means somebody who hates women.
Yeah,
I don't think he hates women.
I do
don't
think he hates women. I think he thinks
don't think he
women
does.
are nothing. I think he would not want to know what to do with you and I.
What do you think her husband's like? You could always tell that a woman is a reflection of her man.
Yeah, her husband's a pussy, if she has one. Which I doubt
Because
she
he
does.
does not know how to deal. He gives interviews to people like,
What's her name? Jenny Kleeman? Let's look it up. Is she a Jew? Kleeman's very Jewy name. British journalist. And where's husband? Books. Sex,
Lord be
robots, and she's making vegan books.
Oh, yeah, that's L.
There we go. It's
L.
just blueprint woke
that-
bullshit.
yeah, well,
Books.
yeah.
Jenny Kleeman, Sex,
Yeah.
Robots, and Vegan Meat, Adventures at the Frontier, Food Sex.
L, Bumbleclot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, where's her husband at?
Nowhere to be found, bro.
I don't see no husband.
She's probably insufferable.
It's very quick to
Vegan,
dissect this.
insufferable.
Yeah. No husband. Is she a les?
Weird hair.
Les hair.
Yeah.
Is that her husband? That's just a dude. No. Single.
Yeah,
there you
of
go.
course single, bro.
That's why she's saying misogyny.
Yeah, saying this
you or
stupid
to
shit.
Hugo Rifkin, who
Where, there we go, the W black woman over here, who I think is very pretty, probably has a husband.
give interviews to
Yeah,
men.
but a lot
You
of
go
women.
in the dark, don't you?
You wouldn't smash her?
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
come on.
No, what the fuck?
I like my Nubian queens.
The fuck? Does it look like I Chuck Spears?
Bro.
I mean, I've
deal with
spoken to about
intelligent
but a lot of
women.
women.
But he's done interviews with women. I've seen them before on YouTube,
Yeah.
and he's very polite and respectful.
Yeah, women do. A lot of women do like him.
Exactly.
There are a lot of women who don't know him who seem to hate him, ironically. But I'm not sure it's as clear cut as he's a misogynist.
I don't think he's a misogynist, and I have a brother who's probably within his target demographic, 23, and I can understand why his message would resonate with him because it's normal. It's normal, exactly, for young men to feel like they don't have a place in Western society, and he actually makes that point. I just think when you don't want to outright condemn 10th century barbarians like the Taliban, you tend to lose your case with more moderate people. But again, we're not his target audience.
The fact that his understanding about what's happening in Afghanistan is that it's a feminist issue rather than a human issue.
I don't think he said that.
Well, no, he did. He said, send this feminist in. It's a human issue where we made all these promises to people in Afghanistan and then we left.
Well, let's be clear. We betrayed those women.
We absolutely betrayed Biden.
Joe
As a human being.
In the way we pulled out of Afghanistan overnight. And we betrayed not only people who work with us, the interpreters and so on.
But people like her voted for Biden.
Yeah. It's your demographic.
People like her, weirdo vegans with strange hair, like her, are the people that voted for Biden that said fuck Trump. W Trump.
Millions of Afghan women have just been tossed back to these barbaric
servicemen who died for it. But the fact that he sees it, he says, oh, it's got nothing to do with me. As a human being, it should have something to do with it.
No, it shouldn't. Like, we don't need to go dabble our nose into every other conflict. People like you do that because that's your life, is to be outraged constantly about everything. Everything's an issue. Everything's a problem. You're always upset.
It's so bad. Go get an AK-47 and go over there.
Go kill him, right? Go to war. Instead of complaining on the news, you're not going to do anything about this. Calling Andrew Tate a misogynist doesn't change what's happening with the Taliban. Oh, these women are still not going to school, dummy.
And what he's saying is that the women are the ones that want it so bad, and they're the feminists. Where are they to fight for it? He's making a point that it is men that allow women to have the feminism in the first place. Mm-hmm. Like, a man is protecting her ability to sit here and call men misogynists.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah. Like, feminists are so fucking stupid that they don't realize that their ability to say the stupid shit that they say
is because of men.
To live in the delusion that they live in is because of men that are willing to die to protect it. Because we know women don't go into hard labor jobs. We know women don't go into police forces. We know women don't go into the military, etc. It's men that overwhelmingly go into these professions. Are there some women that do it? Yes. But predominantly, it is run by men that protect your ability to live in a delusional world that you live in.
Zach says, Sneeko, the Taliban are going to resist the West agenda more. The more the West keeps opposing it. Afghani women will gain education, inshallah, but it needs to come from within Taliban W education. Jeremy says, Sneeko and Myron need to start their own podcast. The stream is fire. Well, I'll just keep on going on Fresh and Phil. We'll keep doing this.
Someone who says he's
no, I agree. I thought it was a cop-out there. But albeit, again, a lot of what he says, I could imagine if I was a young man, it would resonate with me, probably for the right reasons. I think he's trying to give people confidence and a belief that being masculine is not actually a stick to beat you with, right? You can be a good masculine person. He used to be applauded. Let's talk of somebody who I don't think is a shining example of this.
This might be crazy, but I think Piers Morgan acts like a fag on air for views.
Well, he does it on purpose.
I think he acts like a contrarian to
stay on the news.
If he didn't write views. Just to stay on the air,
No, exactly. But he's based low-key. Same thing with Tucker Carlson all the way is based now. But Piers is playing the moderate route and talking with feminists, even though he probably, like, after this is over, he agrees and he's watching
I think he genuinely probably agrees with 99% of things that Andrew Tate says, but when the cameras come on, he's got to be a fan.
He has to argue. And I noticed that after I had Fuentes on. When I had Fuentes on, I got 2 strikes. And I'm like, bro, you're kind of funny. You're making some sense. I agree with you. But when Destiny has Fuentes on, he's just pushing back. And they don't delete anything because he's arguing. So what I learned is you can have problematic, toxic people as long as you disagree and argue and push back. And that way the comment section will be like, good job. But when you start nodding your head at people who are saying that the Holocaust was a lie, then you get in some trouble.
Yeah.
And they go start striking you. I get the election misinformation. You have to disagree. You need to push back or else they're going to delete your channel. So that's a good tip for anybody who wants to get into media. If you want to have problematic canceled people, just say faggot arguments like Piers.
Joe Lycett, who has spent the last month posturing away with his shiny moral halo.
But Piers Morgan also said unvaccinated people should be ostracized from English society. Did he really?
Incredible.
Oh, so I don't think it's all a fraud. I really think
even with all the people that have come forward and like with all the governments that are like taking back, like, oh, you don't need a vaccination no more. Crazy.
So, I think he's starting to understand the red pill and he's starting to get it. And everybody has some bit of truth in them, but at the same time, he's saying a bunch of woke nonsense. It's not as calculated as we're making it out to be. This guy's genuinely part faggot.
About David Beckham being in Qatar and representing the Qataris in the World Cup and being paid for it. And then The Sun revealed yesterday a rather uncomfortable truth, which is that he had actually performed himself in Qatar, Abu Dhabi and Dubai in 2015, a series of stand-up gigs for money, Esther. Now, there's a word for this, and I call it hypocrisy.
Well, this is
She's pretty.
I don't like dreads, and I
Too manly?
don't really dabble in the dark.
Okay.
Every now and then I will, but
Genuinely no?
yeah, typically no. I don't like dreads.
the thing. It's hypocrisy and it's cowardice, because he would say these things, but he wouldn't actually
Good
go
facial
to
structure, though, I'll give her
and
that.
sit on Qatari state television and say all these things. He can sit back comfortably and rage at their...
But his whole point was David
human
Beckham
rights
shouldn't
record.
be there and shouldn't be fronting anything for the Qataris when this guy himself has taken it. And his excuse was so mealy-mouthed, Jenny. Oops, I've been caught by the sun. Well, yes, I did 2 gigs in Doha. Actually, it was 3 gigs in Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Qatar. I kept it secret by writing about it in my own book. Well, no one remembers that from 7 years ago. I was paid a few £100, not keen to say exactly how much, not by Qatar, but by UK comedy promoters who were being paid by Qatar. But it was 2015, when Qatar's laws were exactly the same about homosexuality as they are today. And that went a lot further back then. And so he goes on. And then he says, oh, no, but who should I take moral lectures from? Not from the Sun. OK, what aboutery? It's not about the Sun here. It's about Joe Lycett's hypocrisy.
I think it doesn't look good for Joe Lycett, but I would say that they're different things. The World Cup is about giving soft power on the global stage.
So
to
is stand-up
Qatar.
comedians
No,
who are...
it
Well, hang
isn't.
on.
He was like nothing in
So are
2015.
gay comedians going to a country which they profess to hate because it bans homosexuality. They're by going there, they are basically saying, I don't care. I'm pocketing the money. It's the same argument he used against Beckham.
I think with Beckham, it's to do with being an ambassador on the global stage for a country that is trying to elevate their profile. Joe Lycett in 2015,
If I said to you, it's the old thing of Churchill. Was it
all.
Churchill and Bessie Braddock when he said he was drunk one night? He said, "Madam, would you sleep with me for £1 million?" And she said, "Would you sleep with me for £1 million?" And she went, "Well, I don't know, Winston." And he said, "Well, would you sleep with me for £1?" No, don't be outrageous. Well, look, we already established. He says, what kind of woman do you think I am? We know what kind of woman you are. We're haggling over the price, right? No, it was a joke. But my point about Joe Lycett is he seems to be saying, I only take a few hundred.
No,
Beckham took a few million. Is that, what's the difference?
I think you have to be careful about doing this kind of archaeology about what people have done really quite far in the past.
No, it was 7 years ago when it was illegal to be gay in Qatar.
It's been illegal to be gay there.
He knew that. Illegal to be gay in Dubai.
I don't know what they're arguing about.
Yeah, they're arguing some faggotry.
It was illegal to be gay in the UAE.
Once you sanction this kind of stuff, it's fair game for anybody. Like all of those sports people who it's established that when they were 18, sort of 10 years ago,
No,
this stuff
not
came
buying
up.
it. Rank hypocrite.
Yeah.
Okay, shut up.
Yeah, it was gay.
That's it.
Your job?